Hi, my name is Daniel Jordan. I'm the Concertmaster of the Sarasota Orchestra, and I'm here with Principal Flutist Betsy Hudson Traba, and we are excited to talk to you about a brand new series that the Sarasota Orchestra is presenting this season called Discoveries, the first concert of which is September 23rd. This concert will take place at the Sarasota Opera House, a place that we're used to performing in, but instead of being in the pit as we usually are, in this particular case we will be on the stage. Our soloist is probably most excited about her piece. Maybe let's start with that. Tell us about the Lukas Foss Renaissance Concerto.
The Lukas Foss Renaissance Concerto is one of my most favorite flute concertos. It is atypical in certain ways. It's not a very demure, girly flute concerto. It has a lot more drama and sort of muscle to it. What Lukas Foss did was to take snippets of ancient music from the Renaissance in the 1600s and transform it with his own 20th century musical vocabulary into a new piece of music. So each movement of the concerto, there's 4 movements, is based upon music from a different Renaissance composer. And it has a lot of drama, it has a lot of really, really special transcendent moments in it. And it also has a few surprises for the audience. There are definitely offstage instruments that are involved in echoing and complementing what I'm doing. There is a very, very cool cadenza at the end of the last movement that is written just for the flute soloist and a Renaissance hand drum.
It's sort of a new twist on old music, and how is it for you to perform music like this, new music in general? Can you talk about that a little bit?
I think it's just fascinating to see a contemporary composer take music that was written 300 years ago or more, and to recognize its value as music and to take it and to bring those melodies into our time, but to reframe them with our harmonies and our musical tastes of today. Lukas Foss, in the case of the Renaissance Concerto, specifically referred to the concerto as his handshake across the centuries.
One of the things, well, for me that's cool is when you're putting together a program like this and you kind of look at the trajectory of all the pieces and see how they kind of fit together. And I mean, a program called Renaissance with no Renaissance music, but it still has that connection back through time.
It's an absolutely ironclad connection. It really is reaching back into time and bringing the music of those people into our time today. And a lot of Renaissance music was based on dance forms. And so both in the Ancient Airs and Dances and in the Lukas Foss Renaissance Concerto, each movement is a different dance form of type.
So the other 2 pieces, George Walker's Lyric for Strings. George Walker, an African-American composer, that's fairly unusual in our world.
Really unusual, especially in his time.
And he was a composer writing in the 40s and 50s when there were not the same opportunities given to African Americans. And he was one of these geniuses that did everything. And the Mozart 25, well, this was one of the first pieces I really knew of Mozart's besides his violin pieces, because it's the opening of the movie Amadeus.
Yes.
And as the carriage is driving down the cobblestone streets, it's this piece, this opening.
This piece that's playing.
And it's one of the most famous pieces that he ever wrote because of that.
And he wrote it when he was 17 years old.
One final thing that's going to be a new component of this series is a little talkback session at the end of the concert. Tell me what that will entail. I know you'll be a part of that.
You get to hear me talk even more than this. Yes, that's something else that we're including in this new format. A shorter concert with no intermission, and then immediately following the concert there will be an opportunity to ask questions of our guest conductor, Stephen Jarvie, who is coming in to do this program, and the soloist, in this case, me. So you can come, you can listen to a 75-ish minute program without intermission, and then immediately have an opportunity to interact with the artists that were on stage. And I think that For newcomers to the orchestra and for veterans alike, that's a welcome opportunity.
And Stephen Jarvie's been here before. Tell me
Stephen
about
Jarvie has been here before. He did one of our Great Escapes programs, I believe last season. Super high energy, young conductor. I'm really looking forward to
charismatic
working with him.
speaker.
Very charismatic.
We hope we will see you for this new series called Discoveries, September 23rd at 7:30 p.m. at the Sarasota Opera House. We will be there on the stage, Sarasota Orchestra, and Betsy Hudson Traba will be performing as soloist, Stephen Jarvie conducting, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.